I always tell you that I stay with something to the bitter end. And the other thing in life is when you can't figure something out, go ask other people. Now, in this case, there's three Philadelphia channels on the same tower. Now, the one station I can't get has 1,000 kilowatts of power. The other ones have less, but I get them fine. I don't get 29. So obviously, you would say, well, maybe it's further down on the tower. Maybe its pattern is different. So I did get 10, a 10 count on my TV on that frequency, 31, which shows up as the channel of 29. So I need a better antenna. So I order a better antenna, stick it up there. I don't see any change. And someone in the comments section was making some thing like, make sure you're aiming it right. No, you don't understand. I know I'm aiming at the tower. I went through this once before. Well, anyway, I know I'm aimed the right way. I know I got the antenna set up right. And I'm starting to think about two antennas. All right, so or three. So I still can't get 29. And it all started when one day I did a rescan. There's 29. And all the sub channels. It's working fine. Next morning, overnight, it's still working. In the afternoon, it was gone. So it started this. Let me order a new antenna. Maybe it was atmospheric conditions, blah, 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 blah. All right. Now, I went off on a tangent, or I fell into a rabbit hole. I don't know how you want to put it, but it's my typical kind of luck. So like I told you, I do what I think's right. I exhaust every possibility that I could think of. And then I said, let me contact the engineer on channel 29 and tell him, look, are you radiating? One of the website things showed me the pattern. It showed me an infinity pattern figure eight. And I'm alongside the figure eight. Each lobe is right and left, so I'm in the dead spot. That's the conclusion I came to. But I still couldn't get past the fact that there's three transmitters on the same pole, and two of the lower ones I get perfectly, but I don't get the powerful one. So I wrote the engineer. And of course, I didn't get an answer right away. So today, I went to write them again. And when I went into my text area to write out an email, I noticed there was a response. So I clicked on it, and the first line, the guy says, I'm the engineer. This letter's been forwarded to me. Okay, there we go. The next line is, your location falls well out of the coverage area. And I'm like, but I wrote you that I can get all the other ones. But now the next line. All right, before I went off on a tangent, wrote the guy back and said, I told you I got these other channels from Philly, same tower and the whole. I didn't do that. I read the next line. The next line says, the reason you're having a problem is in Lancaster. They say Lancaster here. They don't say Lancaster because it was the Dutch area. It's an English area, but it was Dutch. And they, instead of saying Lancaster, they say Lancaster. There's something on that frequency. They have some type of beacon or whatever. I don't know. Maybe the guy's cell phone is on that frequency. I don't know. But that's why I can't get it here. And that 10 count that I do see, that's from Lancaster. And it's nulled out the station from Philly. But these are the things that happen to me. People, I watch their videos and they're complaining about nothing. They're complaining about nothing. What did I put, a week and a half in on this problem? And I couldn't find the answer anywhere on the internet. And I was going to contact the antenna man, but the antenna man, where he is, his location, he can get Philly because he's not close enough to Lancaster to get the guy's cell phone or whoever the hell is on that frequency. But I'm thinking a week and a half ago, that whatever that is, that frequency, that's on a frequency in Lancaster, it was off. It was off for a day and maybe several days. And it let the signal from Philly make it here without nulling it out. And I'm like all excited, man. I get four new channels. I didn't really need Fox. I can get Fox. And that's what the guy told me. He says, get Fox off of Harrisburg. That's not why. I don't want Fox. I want the sub channels that off off Fox 29 in Philly. It's got the weather channel, which would be Philly weather, but it'd be fine for blizzards. It's got this movies channel, and it's got something else on there. And the other channel, I think, is one I already have. But I'm watching this thing, and I'm clicking, and I'm like, oh, man, this is really good, you know? I got 2 more channels to watch. And at that point, I didn't have to do anything. All right, so then I ordered the new antenna, and I aim it at the Philly 29. It makes no difference at all. So then I start thinking, all right, let me hook 2 antennas together and read up on that. And that's when I found out that both wires that go from the combiner to the antennas have to be the same length. That's the trick. Okay, so I learned that, did that function. I got 2 antennas on the same television set. And one's Philly direction, one's Harrisburg. They're 180 out. So I'm happy. And then I start working with trying to get Delaware. And the house next to me is in the way. But I got some kind of scatter, maybe off the trees in my backyard this morning. And I did get the Delaware PBS, really good. But as the day went on and the sun got higher, it went off. And you have to figure out all this stuff. So I kept seeing that same amount of signal where it's actually 31, where 29 is supposed it's 10. It's always 10 points. And it doesn't lock my TV in. It's probably just some type of beacon. And yeah, I couldn't figure it out, because, it's supposed to be a TV channel. Who would think that the FCC would let someone else use that same frequency 30 miles away, whatever the distance is? But, they're too busy cutting back our frequencies. And now they're gonna screw with them. And because they don't care. Nobody cares. So I called the FCC up. Well, they're paying for it. They're leasing that frequency, and it's within there. And meanwhile, I can't get a Philly station because of someone that needs a beacon or whatever the hell it is. See, that's my world, all right? And I put so much time into trying to figure out, I kept thinking I'm in the null of the pattern and all this technical stuff. Meanwhile, oh yeah, see, you got an RF transmitter over by you that's on that frequency. Yeah, there you go. That's why I tell you, when I can't figure something out, it's going to be good. And then I find someone that should know. And he took a little longer to get back to me, but he did get back to me. And there's the solution. Well, his solution is get Fox off of Harrisburg, but it doesn't have the subchannels that I want. I'm greedy at this point. I got Fox out of Harrisburg now, and 21, which is CBS, but the subchannels are different than my CBS, which is channel 3 from Philly. See, I'm shooting for different channels, and you got your main channels, which aren't that good anymore. They're not that great. And then you got the subchannels, which might have interesting stuff. Like the movies. The movie, it's plural. It's not the movie channel. It's movies channel. It's real old black and whites. And I'll click through it and I'll see. I remember that as a kid. That's all I'm doing. I'm clicking. I'm killing time, getting ready for bed. And that one night, I'm sitting there. This is going to be good. This is really good. And there's the weather. I'm going, oh, this is going to be really good when it snows. I'll leave this channel on. And they go to commercial, but when they come back, it's still the weather. Where we had that for a while on GAL. The channel showed up. And I immediately emailed the engineer at GAL. And I go, what's the channel going to be? And the guy reached back, I just put the transmitter on. I go, yeah, but what's it going to be? He goes, it's going to be a weather channel. We went back and forth a few times. So I had a weather channel. And when the storm would come, I leave that channel on. But that weather was the weather that was used in the broadcast for the news. And they would run the last one. And then, I think they started losing people that stayed for the weather on their channel. Because they could snag it later on without waiting for there were commercials, but they wouldn't be teased. Sometimes they, coming up next, we'll show you the weather amounts, and then you sit through 12 commercials, and then they come back and, Well, it's going to be light. It's only going to be like 1 inch. And then you're sitting there going, sucker, sucker. But so I solved the problem. I didn't solve the problem. I found out what was wrong. And no matter what I do, I can't get that channel from Philly. And the antenna to try would be the one that I bought. It's super narrow, super sensitive. And I aimed it. I know I aimed it right at that channel. I went through this once before and never realizing that, yeah, how would I figure out that there's somebody sitting on that frequency in Lancaster here, whatever it is. And it went off for a day and so many hours. It might have been off longer. I did a scan. There I am. Oh, I got 2 more channels, 3 more channels. Oh, this is great, man. Oh, the Weather Channel, old movies. Oh, man. And then all of a sudden, my world got shot down. But I just want to show you what I go through. And I did all the work, and I didn't get that channel. But I did get more channels added on and learn how to add two antennas to a television set. And I told, one more time, I'll tell you the trick. The wires that come from the combiner or the reverse splitter have to be the same length to each antenna. You'll get multipath interference if you make one of the wires longer. Let's just call it that. Well, it could be more capacitance too because the wire is longer. You want them to match. And you want the same manufacturer. And you can get them at Walmart, 6-footers. They're like $6 or something. Couldn't beat it. Couldn't beat the price. So I have more channels now. Let's see, I bought an antenna under $100 again. Right? I have a budget every so often. I will splurge, and I thought of buying one of those TV signal handheld units. I thought of buying one of them, but think about that. Paying $89 to go up there and see which channels I can get on which antenna and how strong they are, and then I could turn the antenna and peak them up. But the problem is, there's a transmitter in Lancaster that's on the frequency. I would have been so really aggravated. You got this signal meter now that's in the box, and you take the battery out so it don't leak, and you put it away, and you're never going to use it again. Because I know where my signals are, and I know how to use a compass. I have a really nice compass that I used when I first got here to know where the channels are and all. Because my neighbor's like, I think north is over that way. Maybe not. It was pathetic because they don't have an antenna. They pay anywhere from $125 a month to $250 for their television. Not me, man, not me. I will splurge every 3 years a couple hundred to buy new equipment to get the TV sort of free. I won't say television is free. You have to sit through the commercials. It also takes electricity to run the television set, but it's free after a few months, or after 2 months, because regular television, basic cable here. And there's hookup fees, and they loan you a converter box or something. Yeah. Oh, it's only $125. Oh, well, you got to rent this box. And my cable here is fiber optics, but it gets converted to go into the house, and it goes to the TV set on wire that's from 1985. That's all I want to say. I have a better picture on my TV set than my neighbor's house. I don't care anymore, But that was pretty funny. The engineer did get back to me. So that is out of my head now. All right? Now everything makes sense. Trying to add the third antenna, the two antennas, 2 and 3,